What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to this edition of R-CADE. On this edition of R-CADE, we're talking about THQ gets a little bit of a new president, thank God, and the Wii U's new game list supposedly is already leaked, and a little bit of Dead Space 3 screenshots. Yes, this edition of R-CADE starts right now. Yes, they can take my life, but they'll never take my booze. Welcome to this edition of R-CADE. Yes, we've got alcohol on hand. I'm your host, Adam, as I take a wonderful big sip here. Oh yeah, so if you're over the age of 21, we wish that you would, join in some beverage drinking with us. So tonight, guys, we've got a very special edition. Tonight is our E3 predictions. We're laying this thing back a little bit and just kind of coasting until next week it gets hectic. So tonight we've got three special guests. We've got Stu, Dave, and Cosmic here. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, just kind of chilling.
So you all got what is this, Stu? What do you have on your end here? Do you have a wonderful beverage? Oh, Foster's.
Nice, cool Fosters.
Australian for tastes better than here.
Pretty much.
And we got Dave. Dave, you're enjoying a little bit of what? What is this?
Well, a little Coke Zero mixed with a little something harder.
Really? And then we have
surprise.
We got Cosmic here. What's going on, buddy? What are we drinking on that end?
I don't know. I'm not getting paid a sponsor, so therefore I'm not gonna say.
Oh, well then that's fine then. That's fine. Whatever.
Hence the reason why the logo is towards me, not the camera. There we go.
And with me, I've got a little bit of rum and coke in this thing right here. So welcome to the new studio for a little bit. As E3 kicks off, we'll be hitting this thing a lot. So be prepared on Monday, early in the morning. Yes, that's why we're laying back now and drinking now, because there's no drinking next week. It's nothing but news and stories. So I'm gonna kick it over to Stu. Stu, what have you been playing lately? Anything new? What have you been doing? Anything?
Apart from working on the website and making phone calls to my internet provider, which I think we've all been doing lately.
Very rage-filled calls.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Battlefield 3 and a little bit of Ghost Recon. So mainly shooting people.
That and a lot of website work, which has been nothing but a lot of work lately.
Hey, I don't sleep.
That's what happens. So we'll kick it over to Dave. Dave, anything interesting been happening this week? Anything new?
Well, I joined the kick my service providers butt Legion as well, but now mine's fixed. You guys still have issues. Mine's fixed.
Any games?
Other than that, just Age of Conan and a little bit of the Secret World beta, and cleaning my basement out and getting ready for my trip in 2 weeks. So,
which you cannot wait for.
Cannot wait for. However, I'm going to admonish Funcom. I'm coming to Oslo, and you would not let me interview anybody. You said everybody was too busy, and then you moved the release date to the day before the 4th of July. So you should have time for me to come in there and interview you, but whatever.
We've got Cosmic. Cosmic, what have you been up to? You've been doing some what?
I've been doing a lot of stuff. Seems how, I have been MIA for the past couple of weeks on the show. Thanks to some really awesome people and giving me some early birthday presents. My computer is now back up and running with a new power supply and graphics card. So I am back on the Diablo 3, level 60, working out that Inferno mode.
How's that going for you?
That explains how long
Yeah,
you've been
dude,
playing.
it's pretty much what it's been, dude. We're almost through Act 1 on Inferno with my group of people that I play with, so difficult, very, very rage-inducing. We've had some rage quits and some extremely hilarious moments, so...
A lot of rage quits on your end, really?
Yeah, when you come into a cave and there is a gold champion there with 4 attributes and he spawn kills you, yeah, no, there's no getting past that. You just gotta exit out, restart, and redo it.
And this game is not forgiving at all because, I mean, to be honest with you, the way that it seems like to me is that as soon as you get going and you think, yeah, this is good, then all of a sudden you have to leave that game, everything's back again. It starts you all over again, pretty much.
And anyone out there plays Diablo 3 who is stealing all the decent items off the auction house to where I can't get upgrades, need to stop. I'm tired of going on there and having the first 3 pages nothing but sold, okay? That's not cool. And then you go back and selling them for inflated prices, like people on there selling, like a level 20, yellow rare item for like 10 mil. No, not cool. You need to stop.
That's some cool stuff. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Shenanigans.
At least wait until everyone's finished playing it on Inferno.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what
Share the love.
what we usually like to do here at R-CADE is we usually like to kick it off with some trailers of the night. The trailers of the night that we got is 2 games that I'm actually looking forward to actually playing around with. We've got Hitman, which a lot of people are blowing up a lot about this new trailer that's out. And they're getting really pissed off for some reason. I'm like, I watched the trailer. So we'll let you all be the judge of that, and we'll go ahead and kick it over to that and show you what's going on with it. So here we go. You all get to be the judge of, maybe possibly that this is awesome, and maybe possibly this just sucks ass. So here we go.
Judging by the title on the trailer, I could assume it could be highly offensive to some people.
Make or break it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All I can say is hello.
I know, right?
I mean, the graphics look awesome. Just from the trailer, of course, cinematic stuff, but I mean... he looks like he's been through a hell of a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's ridiculous. And see, that's the offensive part. Just right there. A lot of people could take offense to that.
I don't think he would kill them unless it's like... Oh, okay, I'm wrong. I thought he was just going to knock them completely out. So, looking at this, to me, it kind of looks like whoever created the Hitman, group, and now creating, a sisterhood.
Right, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you remember in the old games that you were always in, I guess a Catholic church. Was it a monastery? Is that what it is? Where people in Catholic beliefs, kind of chill at?
You were an assassin for the Inquisition, basically.
What's that?
I think weren't you an assassin for the Inquisition or something like that?
Something like that.
I can't remember. It's been so long since I've actually played
It was
one.
a religious order that you were a part of. That you were at the start, if I remember correctly. I know. There's.
Yeah, Wake of Osiris says that it always took place in a monastery. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you were like an assassin for the Inquisition. That's what I kind of remember.
So now you see him, killing these nuns, supposedly, what I mean. But, like, now it's...
And the burning cross at the end there.
Yeah, and you see on the back of his head, did you see that where the barcode has been, like, kind of, I guess he's cut it off?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that kind of says, if that's the case, then maybe he's trying to now settle down out of this world of like bloodshed.
Definitely seems like it. What you were saying is, he was trying to get out, and of course, something like that.
I would definitely keep you in.
From what everybody knows from movies and everything like that, when you're in a business like that, you can't just leave,
Well, you can.
You either die or you stay in. And if you want to leave, well, then your only choice is to be killed, so...
Yeah.
Well, in that case, let's hope there's not anything like, giant bubbles and I am number 6. Because that's what it looks like. They're kind of going towards that. He's basically gone rogue to get out.
Yeah. And I mean, I guess that really kind of justifies, their, more action-oriented, system to the game, rather than, from what I've heard and stuff about it, is that it's not going to be the typical, like, Hitman or whatever. It's going to be a little bit more action-based, rather than kind of, tactical or whatever, like the old ones where, hey, you dress up in disguise and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I guess, if... he's trying to leave, and they basically got a kill order out on him. It makes sense that he can't do that kind of stuff anymore. So therefore, he has to go with a more, direct approach. So,
yeah, and that kind of game. Look what it's following up after. I mean, things like Assassin's Creed, where you have that more proactive, I kill people versus disguise, walk around, avoid being detected for a long period of time. And so, yeah, I can understand where that might get some people upset, that it's going more towards the Assassin's Creed angle of, I'm going to be a lot more proactive, a lot more action-oriented. Right. I'm going to kill somebody and have to make a literal run for it type of deal, versus I kill somebody, hide him in the closet, and then kind of sneak my ass out.
Yeah, I definitely.
To me, looking at the gameplay of it, it kind of reminds me of Splinter Cell Conviction. So.
Yeah, Splinter Cell Conviction definitely was more hands-on and action-packed, and I mean, from what I played of it, it was a good game. So, Hitman, the old ones were good, and I loved that, and the Splinter Cells and stuff. So, and Conviction was cool, so it was actually kind of fun with the action route that they chose. So I'm hoping this is going to be kind of the same thing, to where it'll still be fun.
That's the big thing I'm
between
worried
the two.
Yeah, and it won't feel like too out of it, to where you're just like, okay, this is not fun at all,
What, I mean, did everybody play the old ones?
I played one of them.
I played a lot of them.
I don't remember which one it was, but I played one.
Yeah.
I didn't have the patience to
I
walk
played
all my way through it.
Blood Money, but
I played Blood Money. I thought that was great.
It was phenomenal, dude. I was like, wow, this is freaking amazing. So, and I mean, then like I was comparing that to, the Splinter Cells. I played Blood Money after I played, like Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory and stuff like that, and all the way up to Conviction. I played pretty much every Splinter Cell game, and, they both had that tactical, kind of aspect to it. And then now it seems like they're both switching, or, Splinter Cell has switched, and now it seems like Hitman's kind of following it with the more action-packed, kind of, or oriented, I should say, combat. So I think it'll be interesting. It could be pretty cool to see what they do with it, and if they do it right, then it could be actually a really good game. And from the trailer alone, it actually looks like it could be quite interesting and have a good story behind it.
I hope so. I really do. I hope that it is, because I hope they don't screw the series up for a lot of people, because as known in the past, they decide that they're going to take a game and screw it all up. That's.
I mean, I don't know if anyone knows this, but if you pre-order it, you get the Hitman Sniper Challenge.
Yeah, and some
Now,
people have actually played that.
I've played it on the PS3. I mean, you can complete it in less than a minute, but playing just that small snippet of the game, it was phenomenal. I mean, graphically, it looks awesome, and all the animations, the sounds, the gameplay, it all plays out really nice. So, I'm actually considering pre-ordering that.
I'd say we kick it over to the next trailer of the night that we've got. Is going to be a game that everybody played early on, which I
until they took an arrow to the knee. Just saying.
Oh.
There's the arrow to the knee, Jared.
Yes.
Shoot me in the face.
Can't have it without the joke. I'm sorry. I had to.
Well, as
He sneaked it in there.
I guess that Facebook is taking a big crap right now, also, as we try to do stuff.
It's Facebook. What do you expect?
Yeah, way to go, public.
Everybody's going, sell!
No shit.
But we
right?
digress.
No shit. Alright, guys, we'll go ahead and kick it over to the next trailer of the night. Next trailer of the night is going to be a little Skyrim Dawn Guard, which we'll see how
this actually got leaked. This wasn't officially announced until someone leaked it.
I'm crossing my fingers as an arrow to the knee joke somewhere in the trailer.
I'll fucking kill somebody.
No, there isn't.
Spoilers.
Really? You gotta kill my dreams, man? What?
Yes.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not
Looks
cool,
good.
man.
I think you might actually see someone taking an arrow to the knee, but
That's good enough. That's good enough. That's all I need.
Is it to be one of us?
Yeah, that's one thing I've always loved about, like, the Elder Scrolls games. Already, I'm just like, wow, this DLC looks amazing, you know? Like, even in, like, Oblivion, you know, the Shivering Isles, and as well as, like, their little DLCs that they had, you know, like, little add-ons, were epic. Like, they didn't add much.
Always done a good job on that type of thing. Even when the player mods on Skyrim for the PC always seem to have been really good for them. I don't know.
I mean, it looks good.
I haven't actually. I kind of broke away from Skyrim because I had too many other things to deal with, and I haven't gone back yet to it.
Yeah.
I need to.
I've played a little bit of it. I haven't beat it at all because I only had it for a little while when my brother let me borrow it. So I got a little bit into it, and I mean, it's a cool game. You know, one thing that I've always loved about the Elder Scrolls game is the combat. You know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, you know, to bring this up that really kills me about them making that MMO.
No,
that they're going,
and it's not going over well either.
Traditional MMO with the tab target instead of the, you know, authentic fucking Elder Scrolls action. You know,
that's going to kill them. Honestly, that will kill that MMO faster than anything else. They've had to come out actually and say, no, that was just a mock-up. We haven't really decided that that's what we're going to do yet. I think they got nailed big time by the fans, so they're rethinking that.
I hope so, man. I hope to God, because I mean, to be honest with you, the
combat of Skyrim is really, and just the Elder Scrolls series period has made so much of a. Oh, my printer died. That's what makes it unique.
Yeah, that's what really draws a lot of people in. You know, like the backstory and everything like that. You know, is just kind of like extra stuff. You know, a lot of people want to get in there and experience that combat and everything, and you know, because it's just amazing.
Nobody else.
I can say I'm guilty of that.
No, nobody has a combat system like that. I mean, nobody has a. I mean, everybody is either tab targeting or arcade targeting, and nobody really has that kind of combat system. And that's what makes Elder Scrolls unique and gives it an itch. And by taking that away for the MMO, they're killing themselves because then it becomes just another WoW clone or just another SWTOR clone.
Yeah, but I mean, all in all, with this trailer, you know, for the DLC and stuff, It looks phenomenal. I mean, given just
Yeah.
their past record with their DLC stuff that they've, released out, with like Oblivion and stuff like that,
Mhm.
it's going to be interesting at least. I mean, it's like you may not like it at the end, some people probably won't, but I mean, you're going to be like, "Oh, wow, when you first get in there, so you're like, "Wow, this is kind of interesting, this is new,
Oh
got all
yeah.
this extra stuff, here that I can, explore and stuff like that." So, it's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
I think so also. So what we'll do, we'll kick it over to a little bit of the news. How about that? So big things going on right now. As you all remember, THQ had, a little bit of financial problems. They were blaming it on Red Faction, Armageddon. That did really bad. Saints Row helped them out a little bit, but still they're saying that they got a little bit of a loss on that, and also the 100% phenomenal game that I cannot remember that they said that was causing them problems also was
Homefront.
Homefront, that's it. That lost them tons of money because they did, if you remember, they did all the big, publicity for, the game releasing, even sending the balloons out everywhere, all the marketing for that, it completely flopped in their face.
Yeah. And that is really depressing because that was actually had a lot of potential behind
I
it.
I hoped it did.
See, they built that up and it looked awesome, and I was really quite interested in getting it until someone showed me it, and I was just like, no.
Yeah.
So
well,
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see THQ around much longer.
Yeah, I mean they have some really interesting, I guess, people on their teams who have some really interesting ideas. And the one thing that I saw, especially, or one thing that I saw that really intrigued me was in Homefront when I played it, because they did something different. It was mainly infantry based, but as you got kills and stuff, you could call in, like, or get points to upgrade to where you could, like, drive a tank around or, stuff like that. Like, you had battle points that you could use. So I thought that was cool. So, I mean, they have some good people there, and it really kind of sucks that, you see them saying, hey, we're losing money on these games.
Because they're really great concepts, to be honest, but the problem is that, concepts only get you so far. And just I'm really absolutely amazed that they they just are losing money. But this new president's going to help them out a little bit. We'll see what happens there. So, and a loss of $239 million. Wow.
Honestly, I could see them divesting themselves of everything and just keeping the sports games.
Yeah,
Because
they said they're going down to their core.
Keep on the money. I mean, UFC and WWE, the two licensed franchises they have, make money. So I can definitely see that down the line that they eventually they jettison the rest of the game, rest of their stuff, and keep with just the two core games and go from there.
Do they really make enough money just off those two games though, or that genre, anyways? I mean, because those are just kind of, I guess you could kind of say, what are those, like?
They're niche.
Almost
games. They're a niche game.
Fighter games, simulator
Yeah,
games.
I mean,
It's like simulation fighter games, something like that. I mean, it's like that genre. Does it really have enough hold to really sustain them as a company, though?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That they would be either cut away or spin that off into its own company of some sort, because it makes enough to cover what they do there. I mean, they make a profit for what they spend on them. So a profit's a profit. If you've got a bunch of losses on other stuff, you're going to end up having.
Should be kind of interesting. I mean, because they got what, Darksiders 2 coming up.
Yep, that's one of their big cores that they said that they're working. Basically on.
I think that might be probably the make it or break it game. I think probably.
I see, going back to Homefront and profit loss and everything. I know this is on the next topic, but see, looking at the Wii U list, they're on about Homefront 2. And if Homefront 1's anything to go on, I think that's going to kill THQ big. Unless they rapidly redesign the whole.
They got a brand new system, man. They're using the Crytek's system now, so.
I was gonna say, because...
And Crytek's got they're the developers for it now, correct? Am I right about that?
I believe so.
Crytek is actually taking that over?
I'm not positive.
Okay, yeah. Homefront 2 for Wii U is an extra first-person shooter in development at Crytek UK. But, I mean, with Homefront 2, they've had a lot to learn from, what people didn't like or what really didn't flow well in Homefront 1. So, I mean, that's really the only good thing about, like, making a sequel to a game or whatever, is that you can learn from the first one and fix your mistakes and make the game better, make it what it was supposed to be,
Yeah.
So I think it could be interesting, and I think, the fact that they're putting it on the Wii U could be kind of, I guess, interesting to see how that would work with the system and everything, how, everything would function. So, I think it'll be interesting. It'll be one of the things where we'll have to keep an eye on it and actually see how it works out.
So let's go into this new president a little bit that, you see right now. Let's see here. Here's Jason Rubin. He was... Where was he at? He was born in 1970. Ooh, so he's got 10 years. But, yeah, basically...
I'm older! Okay, anyway.
Do we really want to go into this game, Dave?
I know, I'm joking.
But I mean, really, what he's mostly known for is the Crash Bandicoot series. Anybody remember that?
Ooh, really now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Phenomenal games, just saying.
Which was produced by Naughty Dog, which also produces what games? Oh, Uncharted. Hello. So yeah, I mean,
phenomenal game series. Just saying, trend.
Just saying, So now he is in charge. He got out of the game industry there for a while, and now he's back in it again. So I think he's gonna do, like, the first thing he said. First thing we're gonna do is take care of core games, aka being Darksiders, which makes money, WWE, which makes money, the Undisputed, UFC, all that stuff. Yeah. Stick to your core, and that's what he's going to do, is stick to his core. Not multiple different other games, not the, that I can't think of off the top of my head. But he said that he's going to stick to these, and try to help build the company back up. Then once they get that good, then they'll be able to go out and explore other IPs and stuff like that, which is phenomenal. I think the last, if THQ was going to collapse, then they're going to do it 2 years from now. I think they bought themselves 2 more years to be able, possibly even maybe 4, because it takes a little bit of time to, develop games, but maybe 4 years. I don't see them going anywhere. I see them going and do a turnaround. Complete turnaround.
They possibly can, because they've got enough stuff there that they're making money off of to where they can at least sustain themselves, keep themselves afloat, and as a company and stuff and if they can do that, then they can have some people in the back going off and kind of exploring, like, hey, can we do this as a game? Can we do this? And kind of pitch ideas to get that big hit that people will want to play.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that you have a loss right now, but that doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. They've got enough. They still have enough capital revenue and everything, and they still have enough income that they can suck a loss for a little while. But they need to turn it around. They know it, and they were smart enough to get Ruben. And I think he's going to be a good. He's going to make a good guy for him. I think Corey Ledesma, who's the the project lead for the WWE and the UFC Undisputed stuff, is definitely sounding a positive note. They actually were doing a tour of Japan and seeing Japanese wrestling, so that he was mentioning on his Twitter. So that is a little bit of an intrigue to see what happens with WWE 13, whether or not they have a little more of that in there, or UFC, people from Japan area, add a little bit more of that flavor into it and see what. So he seemed positive. I think with him being positive, I'm positive.
There you go. So we move on to the next one. Next one's going to be a little bit of the Wii U game list is out, supposedly leaked. I don't see
I think we'll know officially on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, if the Wii U launches, is supposed to launch this year. They haven't gave a date on it yet, but supposedly people are saying around November. If this its system launches with good games behind it, pushing the system will do well. Even though the Wii did, well for itself, selling itself, there really wasn't, any software being sold with the system that much. They got their game, oh boy, Wii bowling, and now, and selling the core games, Zelda and Smash Brothers, and also Mario Kart, and then your phenomenal Mario games. So we'll have to see what they do with that. But the list that they had is actually, right?
Yeah, I was looking at that. There was, of course, things on there that I wasn't surprised about, and then there was actually a couple on there that I was like, really? Of course, with all, Nintendo stuff, new consoles, whatever, you are going to have the Mario stuff, and then, of course, Zelda. That's pretty much a given. But after looking at this, the things that I was really surprised about was Ghost Recon Online, where was it? Battlefield 3, I was actually kind of shocked about. Basically just generally most of the shooters.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the list, again, there's a lot of common ones. The one that was kind of interesting to see, to me, at least supposedly going to be announced right off the bat, is the Arkham City.
See how well it does.
Yeah, I mean, that one is kind of... The others are all kind of, pretty well standard. That one was a little bit different, in my opinion. The Homefront 2, because of the issue that we just heard about Homefront sucking wind for sales, seeing the Homefront 2 is almost a shock, too.
Yeah.
But just because of that... let's see. There was one other, and now I can't spot it. Maybe it was the Injustice that I just saw something about today. The Injustice: Gods Among Us. Maybe that one was that. Maybe I'm wrong on that, so I'm not going to really say too much on that. But it sounded like it was a fighting game that was tied to a DC license.
Ah, gotcha.
But I'm not positive that's the case. But I saw that looks familiar. That it is that is basically by the guys who did Mortal Kombat versus DC Heroes, and it's a DC licensed game, and it'll feature things like Superman versus Batman. But that might not be the game. I just saw that today. So
the big one for me on that whole list is Pikmin. Pikmin 3, if they do that and they do it right, then that's going to be good. Also, with the new Super Mario Brothers Me, I guess, edition, I don't know what the hell they're doing with that. But, of course, there's going to be a Zelda game, so, it's...
Yeah, like I said, they have their core games.
You're going to have Zelda, you're going to have a FIFA. I'm surprised to see Madden is not on there. With seeing FIFA and seeing Crysis and seeing NBA Live, I'm surprised that Madden is not listed.
Yeah, what were you going to say, Stu?
That's right. I was just going to say, looking at the list, most of these games I would say are going to come out probably half a year to a year. If the console's coming out in November, half the games on that list I'd see coming out more in 2013,
right?
Rather than on launch, because let's take one off the list straight away. Aliens: Colonial Marines, that's been delayed until again later next year.
Yep.
So I think if they are going to announce that it's going to launch this year, the only games you're going to see launch with it are probably Nintendo's games.
Yeah, and
I could see the EAs also.
Just to kind of emphasize on my whole thing with the shooters and stuff, because I know there's probably some people thinking it could work because the Wii U controller has the joysticks, and two little bumpers or whatever. My whole thing with it is you look at shooters, that are on the consoles now, PS3 and Xbox 360, right? The layout is completely different than what the Wii U is. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it would be awkward for a shooter to be played on the Wii U,
Well,
It's
I mean,
like
that's like when
if
you
you've-
played N64. Sorry for jumping in.
Oh
but-
no, that's cool. But I mean, it just seems weird because like a lot of these shooters or whatever, perfect example, Battlefield 3 is as far as consoles go, it is you got the Xbox 360, PS3, and you look at the controller layout, you compare it to the Wii U. I'm kind of wondering how they're going to set up some of that because from what I can see of the pictures and stuff, the Wii U controller only has like what, 2 bumpers or whatever, where Battlefield 3 utilizes 4 bumpers on the modern console controllers. So it's like that in itself could be a problem because not only do you have your aim down your sight and your shoot, but you also have I believe it's like your grenade and I forget what the last one is.
Knife.
Knife, yeah. So it's like grenade and knife, like it's really not Battlefield without those.
Looking at the controller, it's got the same amount, almost the same amount of buttons as the PS3 and the Xbox controllers, but then exactly what Cosmo
my
pointed
big thing
out.
is I think it might feel weird for people who are used to Xbox 360 and like PS3 controllers to have the joysticks even with each other or whatever. Well, not really so much as PS3, but I mean, I guess the whole reaching down for like, X, B, Y, A and stuff like that, I think that might get a little weird after a while. Because on both the PS3 and the Xbox controllers, you're just reaching up, but not, at like, a really grand distance or anything like that, And I don't know, I think it's just going to be a lot weirder for people to actually play with it.
Hey, on the cast, you should be able to see the the layout of it, with the circle pad, the control pad, speaker, left speaker,
and
right
I mean,
speaker, all that stuff.
Not only that, but I mean, your start button and stuff like that stuff's at the bottom. So if you got to go in, change a setting, you basically got to take a full hand off of the controller to go down there, press start, and then change your settings and stuff. So it's not, in my eyes, it's not really going to be an efficient, quick way to kind of get through what you would need to. Like if you were in a shooter game, which
Right.
is what I'm kind of more concerned about. For a shooter game, if you need to change a setting, you want to get in there and get it done quick.
Oh
yeah. I'm just wondering if they'll put, instead of the bumpers like that you normally have in these kind of games, whether or not since you have 2 circle pads, whether or not one circle pad will be your movement, but the other circle pad will be the 4 directions for the 4 other bumpers that would normally be. You could kind of work it with programming, I think, to get that around those problems. But I really think, to me, it's going to be like playing, and I don't know how big that really is or anything. To me, it's going to be like trying to play with an iPod or an iPad.
Yeah, and I mean,
and that's kind of going to be, you're going to run around like this and stuff, and then that's going to be kind of that'll be awkward to me. I mean, that's where the problem is going to be when you want, slick controls for like a shooter type of game. That's having that big huge pad thingy is gonna might be pretty awkward. That's where I would see where there would be a problem.
Thing is, where you're saying with the analog sticks thing, with Battlefield you wouldn't be able to do it because you left clicks your sprint, and then I believe the right click is
To zoom in.
crouch. No,
Isn't it?
no, that's the left trigger.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I can't
I don't
remember
know.
now.
Battlefield's controls are just so crazy. But I mean, another thing I'm concerned about, it just kind of popped in my head too when you put that up on the screen. I was looking at it, and the picture I have is actually showing it, I guess, like in someone's hands or whatever, and the way they have their hands set up. I'm looking at it, and it's looking like you're gonna have to reach a little bit for the joysticks because it seems like they're high up on the pad.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I don't see why they wouldn't have put those down in the middle on the sides,
Right.
to where you'd be comfortable. Because, when you got an Xbox 360 or PS3 controller in your hand, you're not reaching. you're comfortable, you know?
It's
You
in the
have,
grip.
you know, you have some kind of, you know, flexibility and,
thing
you know,
is, you
extra
gotta-
reach in there.
Thing is, you gotta remember, it's Nintendo. They're notorious for doing weird stuff.
The only thing good they've ever done with any of the stuff that, you know, they ever produces, remember the GameCube controller was phenomenal back when it
Yes.
came
Oh
out.
yeah, that was
It
good.
absolutely phenomenal.
That was good.
But other
Well,
than
I like
that,
the N64. I like the N64 controller myself.
I hated that. I hated how you had to like choose, you know, go from one extreme to the other, like go around.
That's true.
So
that's true.
That's the one thing I didn't care for too much on that. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to see if this is going to be the list that we get, you know, here soon. This is not an official list, but you know, we see what as we see it being a prediction show. But the next one we're going to kick off with is a little bit of Dead Space 3. We got screenshots today. We've got a confirmation that there is going to be a live playable demo at E3. So I am really looking forward to this game. Big fan of the first two. Haven't beat the second one. Now this pushes me to beat that one. So what do you think?
Looking at the screenshots, I don't think it's current gen.
Really?
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you look at the models, it looks like they've got tessellation on them. So whether these are PC screenshots, which I'm doubting they don't usually do, for, I mean, Dead Space, they're notorious for doing PlayStation stuff because that's where it's aimed at mainly. I would say this is, if anything, this could be next gen, or PC maybe, but which would be an odd step for them for taking the footage from it.
Yeah, because usually when they do screenshots, that they prefer to do them from the consoles.
Right.
Mm.
So what do you guys think?
Because it's a bigger audience.
I don't know. I do kind of see what Stu's talking about, and I mean, just looking at them in my eyes, they do seem to be a lot more, I guess, detailed. They do seem to look a lot better from what I've seen from Dead Space 1 and 2 stuff. So, yeah,
This might be the first time you're seeing the maximum potential of a PlayStation 3, and if it is, then I'm pleased for them. It'll be the first game in history, and then
I'm
that
afraid
console will be scrapped.
I'm afraid at least the better looking pictures on that list are all are actually not from the game, but are
cinematic based.
cinematics, and
Could
that's
be.
where
Awesome.
I'm always hesitant when I cannot see the actual controls that I'm going to be playing in the game, whether or not it's really a cinematic, and because you can always do the cinematics better. See, those to me look like the cinematics. They don't look like the actual gameplay.
Definitely,
The ones that are popping up. I don't know. Do you have one of the pictures, Adam? That's the actual gameplay.
Nope. Haven't
Because
seen anything yet.
like I say, that it looks. Those look like cinematics to me, and you can get fooled with the cinematics. The cinematics will always be better because you don't have to worry about the controls.
Yeah, because you get a lot more processing and rendering power.
Yeah, I do see what you're saying, though. Now going back and looking at them after having this whole cinematic thing in my mind, there are a couple in there where just the way it was, I guess, shot or something like that, and just because of the way, I guess the actual picture is set up, where it would definitely seem like a cinematic moment.
Well, Joe Numbers is saying in chat that we've got to remember that the cinematics in 1 and 2 were all done in-game, and they were pretty good graphics for in-game.
Well,
but at the same time, it didn't look better than the actual gameplay, so...
And
brings
there's
me
one
back to
right
my
there. I
original
guess
point.
that's in-game play right there. So
Yeah, so now that if that's the in-game play, that's going to be good. I mean, there's no way around that. That looks good to
I'm
me.
hoping.
Yeah.
And I'm always skeptical if I don't actually see the UI on the screen.
See, this will make me
Anyway.
laugh. You'll find out at E3, this isn't actually in-game footage. This is all CG rendered advertisement promo for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean...
As always.
And
right?
me personally, I
Could be.
mean...
I mean,
I don't know. I hate to say this, but I'm really not excited for Dead Space 3 because honestly, I haven't really played the first or second one at all. So it's just really one of them games that doesn't appeal to me simply because I don't know like anything really about it because I haven't played the other two. So it's just like.
All I can say, it reminds me of Doom with the flashlight, and that stuff scared the absolute shit out of me.
Dude,
oh yeah, Doom.
I've seen it played. I haven't ever played it myself, but I have seen 1 and 2 played, and you know, it's scary crap. I'm not going to disagree with you, and
I'm not gonna lie. I can't play this game without. I can't play it without in headsets. There's got to be somebody around me. Because there's little tentacle babies that have the tentacles off their back, and I scream like a girl every single time. Every single time. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Having heard that, he's not kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I played it with my headset on. The first time I got these headsets, I was like, right, I'm gonna test these out. I'm gonna see how accurate these are. Put Dead Space in on the PlayStation. Plug these in. You start playing it and you're like, okay, these are good, and then you're walking down the dark corridors and you can hear everything in the room. I shat myself.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have a good 5.1. Don't use it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely these the Dead Space games. They're on PC, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're on PC and also Xbox and also
okay, yeah,
PS3.
because they were definitely on the list, especially recently, that have been on my list to get. Like they're definitely games that I want to play because they are interesting. I have my brother had them before he moved out, and I seen him play them, and they did look interesting. Like they look like a really kind of suspenseful and intense game. And me, I loved Doom 3, absolutely loved it. So. I mean, like, seeing somebody cast them and stuff, or play them or whatever, seeing someone else do it is completely different because you don't really get as in-depth to it because you're not paying that much attention as to where if you're actually playing it. So it's just like, I would love to experience them for myself because they seem like they'd be awesome, and, I got a new graphics card now, and I got a 5.1 surround sound headset, so it's like, dude, I want to do this.
Well, Joe Numbers is saying in chat he wants to cast it for you in 720p HD.
I'd rather play it myself. That's the thing. You get more into it when you're playing it.
That's exactly right. Me personally, sir, I want to scream like a girl. Just me.
Hey man, it's whatever. I'll say.
Like
I mean. It's like, if I jump, I'll jump and I'll admit it. I don't care, that's what makes a great game, especially if it's supposed to be a kind of like a horror game or whatever. If it makes you jump, then it's done its job. There's no shame in that, like people who freak out over like amnesia and stuff like that. It's like some people go in there and like, oh, you guys are
exactly
retarded for, you guys are retarded for screaming at this. It's like, no, the game was designed to do this. If it does its job, awesome.
Yep.
That means it's a great game and it does its job well.
Yeah, I know I know of a caster who broadcast the amnesia with the lights off and things right up there against the.
Yeah, I know a couple people who've casted it.
It's hilarious. I mean, I mean, you get the effect of the scare, and that's what you're looking for in those kind of games.
Yeah, definitely. And that's something that. Because really, I haven't played a game that has made. I haven't played a game that's made me jump in a while. Like I think the last game I played that made me jump was Doom 3, and that was just Doom 3. It wasn't like a scare, like oh my god, freaking out. It was one of the things where like something jumps out at you, and you're like, oh okay, I wasn't expecting that. But I mean. I think Dead Space, because it has all the background noises and stuff like that, I think you can really get inside your head. And
pipes busting, pipes bust right in front of you, and it goes and sprays down, and you're like, shit. Oh my god, what the hell was that?
See, that would be awesome. I would love to fucking experience that.
Griffin's saying it would be interesting for Adam to stream Dead Space 2 and hear him scream like a little girl on cast.
Screaming like a little girl. I think you should stream Amnesia instead. That's just me. I've heard Amnesia has really terrified some people. Lights off and everything, dude. I think that's your next cast, Adam. No, DayZ was cool and all, but...
Shit, DayZ, I scream like a girl anyway.
DayZ screams like a girl, guys.
That's just out of excitement.
While he's streaming the DayZ mod for Arma 2, do so, and prepare to put in your earplugs.
I turn my headset down.
I get into my games a little bit.
Mine goes a little bit like this or like this when I'm playing.
Alright, so how about we move on to the next one? The next one's going to be a little bit of, Hiro Kojima is going to be at E3. He said that he's in LA right now. So, yeah. Anybody want to predict this one already? Because you know what's going to happen.
What, Final Fantasy?
So, unless they're going to, show their next project using the Fox engine, if anyone remembers that, which looks pretty damn sweet, I think it's all kind of obvious. He's been there for the 3 years in a row, I think it is now. Showing off Metal Gear Rising. Because
that has been
obviously
revamped now.
Is it the creators of Bullet Witch or whatever that weird game is with the stupidly sexy lady in latex with guns in her heels?
Oh, you're talking about Bayonetta.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Yeah.
They're the ones developing Metal Gear Rising. They rewrote the story to it, and they're using a different engine, apparently.
Yep.
So it'd be interesting what they've done with it. That's the only reason Kojima's going to be there.
So you think he's going to be there promoting this new game?
Yeah, again.
Yes.
Well, he was there last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's been there. This would be like the third year.
Yeah,
he was on the Spike Awards, the Spike TV Game Awards.
I don't know. In my eyes, I mean, if he's been there the past couple years or whatever and stuff like that, and it's kind of be a trend, I guess to me, it doesn't seem like it would be surprising. I mean, just knowing that alone, I'd be like, oh, cool, he's going to E3. We're going to expect something or some new information. Cool.
Yeah, I think it's going to be...
I want to know what happens to Snake, God damn it.
Dude, I really want to go ahead and go into predictions thing, so everybody remind me later on for a prediction for this right here, because I will definitely mind blow you right there. So, let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about the Game Informer June is having a new Gears of War game on the front of it. What the hell is this? Really? So anybody want to shoot at this one for a little bit?
Yep, this is me going to be. So, this is where I kind of bring up my college stuff as well here. So looking at the image with the covers, I would say this is an Unreal Engine 3. And I think even the article, says it, that it's going to go to Unreal Engine 4, which Epic are pushing for next-gen consoles because apparently the 360 won't be able to handle its pure awesomeness, if I remember the quote that Cliff Bleszinski actually put on his Twitter page. So, sneak peek at next gen, guys.
Yeah.
And
check that
if
out.
anything, looking at what my friends have been saying and the industry's been saying, this game isn't going to be the continuation of Gears 3. It's going to be before the Gears of War. So the Colonial Wars or whatever it's called.
Okay, that makes sense then. Because I was kind of worried about it. I was like, wait a second. Wasn't 3 supposed to be their last years or whatever with that group? I mean, I haven't played it, so let's not go in depth into Gears of War 3 or whatever because I haven't played it. But
me and Stu need to still beat it, but that's gonna happen here soon. We just been tied up with work.
I'm just going off of kind of stuff that they basically were saying. So I mean, it makes sense that they're going, kind of back in time with it before all that went down. So,
well, like Woods just pointed out, if you can't go forward, go backwards.
Oh my gosh! Don't even get me started on that crap, man. Seriously.
I mean, and it sucks, but at the same time, you end up piecing together more parts of story. You know, they can do more kind of story stuff with it, with characters, or leading up to the characters or whatever. So you can kind of get a more feel for the game.
But
so I mean,
really, you can only do so much. Like, go back with these series so much. It's like, oh, we make Gears of War 1, Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3. You're waiting for Gears of War 4, but go ahead and fuck yourself, because we're going prequel, baby. No, stop. Like, really, stop. I hate it.
Yeah, but I mean, they were moving forward, and then they got the end of what they could do for moving forward, so they're going to go back and pick up the story, so that way you can, piece, the prequel stuff into with 1, 2, and 3, and therefore get the full picture. See, it makes sense.
And you see right there in chat what it says, prequels are the new sequels, which is fucking the truth.
Yeah,
and it
dude,
drives
I've
me
known
insane.
that for like years now, dude. Just movies alone. It's just like, oh yeah. But from the article,
George Lucas.
from the article, they have that one picture in there of the dude with the assault rifle, and that looks pretty beast. I'm not gonna lie.
Looks damn good. I will have to say.
Yeah,
yes.
I've not really played the Gears of War series, but I've looked at it and such like that, and yeah, it's annoying that they have to go the prequel route, but yeah, I do understand it with them, and when they always when you talk about a war in the past, they're going to visit the war.
Yeah.
So you kind of had to know it was coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say, looking at the pictures, anyone else notice the background, anything like that?
Well, the thing is with that
modern day,
that picture below, with the guy with the gun,
yeah,
isn't Gears 4 or the next Gears. That's actually Call of Duty Black Ops.
Why would they have it in the same article
then?
Because if you read right underneath the cover, as soon as it gets to Epic's Unreal Engine 4, get ready for Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
That's misleading. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Get it off. Get it off. It's misleading. We will not speak at that game.
So it's not that. Then this is it.
Game Informer have a habit of mixing their articles.
Gotta go, Game Informer.
So there we go.
Hey guys, we can't wait for this game, so we're just going to cut half the article out and put a new one in.
I mean, screw giving Black Ops 2 its own article. Let's throw it in with Gears of War.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Because we like to confuse our readers.
That's
exactly they just know Gears of War is the better game. I'm just saying it right now. Anyways, moving on.
Moving on.
I'm just saying, nothing new.
Next topic.
Nothing new going to be happening here at Lagspike. Stay tuned for the news articles. That we're going to be doing our own shit. So there you go. And things that are interesting. Moving on to the next story of the night is going to be a little bit of Battlefield Premium Fact Sheet, which I know Stu was like, oh man. But I think I got him convinced on this one, even though I was the one.
This is basically like Call of Duty Elite, but at a cheaper price. So I'm not going to argue.
So, if anybody remembers me from a show that, I did on, other networks, Riot Network, then we went AWOL for a little bit, then now lagspike.tv. There was a certain person out there that wanted to argue with me about the Call of Duty Elite and why it was a good idea. Now, here's the point where I come back and I say this right here makes sense completely, because you're saving money on this and you're getting a hell of a lot more with it. So, yeah. So, with this one right here, with the fact sheet that I'll bring up, which is really good if you'll... can see that on your all side. Let me pull this up just a little bit bigger here.
See, looking at the list, right, there's 5 expansion packs.
Right.
Now, each expansion pack is usually around $15 itself.
Right.
And they're saying for a one-time fee that you pay $50, it covers not only the 5 expansion packs, but you're getting 20 new weapons, 10 plus vehicles, 4 new game types, 30 plus assignments, and 20 dog tags. Now, if you actually bought that all individually, you're going to be paying around like $75.
Yeah.
So
So this
What
right
option
here
are you gonna
is-
go with?
Yeah, why not? I mean, with this right here, you're getting back to Carcan, which you should already got if you already bought it.
If
You're-
not, go buy it now.
Yeah, you're gonna get close quarters, armored kill, aftermath in game, which it's probably gonna
So
be the
they're
end of the game.
basically just announcing pretty much in that their future DLCs
Expansion.
then.
Yep.
Their future expansions.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually looking for the Xbox price, that's not a bad thing. 4,000 Microsoft points.
No,
Yeah.
it really isn't.
I mean, hell
You know,
yeah.
I'm kind of
So-
wondering. Sorry to kind of cut in and kind of digress here, but I'm just looking at the expansion names. You know, close quarters. You know, of course, is going to be an infantry map. So I'm wondering, armored kill. That definitely sounds like a more
Outdoor.
tank-oriented map.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And I'm wondering if like aftermath could be more of like a aerial,
yeah.
more air heavy.
Or a post-apocalyptic nuke type deal.
I think that could be in game though.
The other thing, looking at the bottom, it says release date June 4th. So,
June 4th, as in, Tuesday.
Really?
Hmm.
No,
Microsoft
Monday.
press conference.
Monday.
huh?
Monday. Microsoft
it
press
does
conference.
say that, doesn't it?
Yep. June
Yep.
4th,
So-
2012 for $49.99 on PlayStation, Xbox 360, and PS3.
Well,
so obviously, if EA's there, they're going to show this off.
EA.
Yeah.
EA has their press conference on Monday as well.
Yeah.
Oh
there you
yeah.
go then.
And
So-
in here, not to mention for the $50, you are gonna. It says you get 2 weeks early access to all
Oh,
future
hell yeah, I'm
Battlefield
buying
3
that.
expansion packs. So I mean, you're getting 2 weeks early access. So that
What?
alone, not only are you getting like what is that? I think it was like $15, $20 off of what you would pay if you bought the expansion packs individually, but you're getting 2 weeks early access to them.
Not only that, it says here that you'll get a ACB 90 knife, a set of dog tags, exclusive soldier, weapon camos. Premium members will also get access to powerful new features such as the ability to reset stats
that's the big
queuing
thing that we got talking
priority.
about today.
and new decals for platoon emblems.
Yeah, not to mention the exclusive double XP weekends. Plus, they got like strategy guides and all this other stuff. So, I mean, definitely the maps in the early, getting them early or whatever, like 2 weeks ahead of time, that alone would have been worth the $50. But of course, all the in-game bonuses they're giving you, it's definitely seemed like this is more worthwhile.
What is this,
I
Dave?
think
What do you
Dave-
have, Dave? What is that you have? What
It's
is
this
that?
little sign that says "Me no BF3." Oh wait,
Oh.
just say no to COD. Yes.
Oh
yes to
my
Battlefield.
gosh,
Awesome.
that is by far awesome. So-
You know what? I actually have this right here. This is the last Call of Duty that I bought. Right there.
and that stopped you?
This is the
They
last
just
one.
settled that. By the way, they just settled the lawsuit on that
Yeah,
today.
they just did today. What was the overall, Dave? What did they?
The overall on that is we're not talking.
Really?
We're not disclosing. We're not disclosing what the deal is. If you guys don't know, the two guys from Activision that were behind the Modern Warfare 2 there were fired by Activision and accused of collaborating with I believe it was EA I believe it was with EA to create a new company and to create a better version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Well,
And
they would have let him.
they had a big hubbub about that. Supposedly, the lawsuit was settled today out of court, so they didn't go to court on it. But there's no real disclosure about what actually was agreed to for terms. They didn't disclose any terms.
Oh, aren't they just jerks?
Hmm.
Well,
I'm just going to jump in before we move on. Anyone that's having issues where the ads are popping up like every 5 seconds, Control F5 your browsers.
Yep.
fixes it.
And
Yeah, that's
okay, I think we got a new person in the chat. I'm just saying, never seen this name pop up in any of the previous casts.
Yeah, what's
So
up, Maddie?
Just say what's up, Maddie. How is it going?
Yeah, what's up, John Obama? What's up,
Oh
Woods?
yeah, that's another one. Nice.
All those people out there in the chat land.
Got a lot of new people. Welcome everybody.
Yep.
Well, welcome newcomers. If you've not seen the previous shows, you can check them out on our website.
That's right. And where would that be?
That would be on the shows page, and I'll put the actual link directly in.
All right.
All right. So
lagspike.tv/show/arcade, right? Yeah.
Yep, that's the one.
Boom! Look at that. Got that memorized. Seen the link once. Just saying.
All right. Your brain's not focusing on about 1,200,000 lines of code that's like gibberish to normal people.
No, because my brain can't handle the thought process it takes.
You
to do
can't
that.
handle.
I keep with the simple things, dude. I keep with the simple things. Okay, I'm sorry.
I hate you.
All right, guys. For this time right here, what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna kick it over to a little bit of a commercial break to pay some bills, and we're gonna get into our E3 predictions right after this. And don't worry, there's a lot more from Lagspike, with the predictions, as we've had B Woods and also we have Joe Numbers giving our predictions also on pre-recorded stuff. So, all right, guys. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be right back after this ad. Oh yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome back to this special edition of R-CADE, where we're doing E3 predictions as of right now. So, if you're not familiar with it, you're just new to the show. The show starts at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That is going to be on Wednesdays now. We're switching the times up a little bit. We're switching it over to Wednesdays, and on Thursdays it's going to be LSW, which is the EFED Wrestling League. So, what I've got tonight with us is we've got Dave from Explosion on Monday nights at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Also, we've got Stu with us that's been working on the website lately. What, like all the time working, normally all the time, right?
Yeah, I'd say about 98% of the time. I don't sleep. I fly tanks.
And we got also Cosmic here, who usually is a regular on R-CADE and jumps in on Explosion every once in a while. So,
I'm Cosmic Relic from Cosmic Relic. How you guys doing?
So this comes a part of the show where we want to discuss about what's going to be happening at E3. And yeah, this is going to be a real big thing for our predictions. So, E3 is going to kick off on Monday. And I think it is, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time? For the Microsoft
12.
conference? It's 12 o'clock, and it's 10 o'clock, or not 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock
It's,
for pre-show for us, which we're going to set up, and we're just going to sit in here and chill, watch the live edition of, the press conference.
You said 12, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Alright,
So it's 9:30 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah.
It's either 12 or 12:30 Eastern time, and it's about 5 o'clock GMT.
And 11 Central. See, you're leaving me out, man.
Hey.
Not
I
just
have to
you.
convert
Not
that.
just
I
you.
know, you're leaving me and Dave out. How can you do that to us,
I'm
dude? We
sorry.
were supposed to be friends.
I'm sorry, it's Pacific time. It's Microsoft. It throws me off.
So,
I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
what we're going to be doing is we're going to be kicking this off. We're going to have the live stream going on our side. You all won't be able to hear it, but what you could do is you could watch along with us. We'll give you the link to watch it along with us, what we're seeing at the same time. We'll give our, opinions on it. So, it's not just watching the press conference calls. It's like, ooh, I wonder how everybody else is taking that. You'll get it real time with us as it's going on. So, any new news that's breaking that day, we've got Nerd Junkies right now gearing up to go to E3 with Joel and Clay. They are going to be, they're going to be tired of shit. They're going to be seeing stuff that you don't see, a lot of other people, covering, I guess you could say. So.
Yeah, they're gonna be running around a lot for all of those days, man. They
5th, 6th, and 7th, they're going to be hitting the floor.
Oh,
yeah.
The stuff that you don't get to see on those, you're going to see the press conference. You're going to see snippets of the press conferences by all those, by all the big names and all the big name sites, but you're not going to see coverage of the floor. You're not going to see, the smaller booths, the smaller gadgets, the smaller developers. You're going to see the big boys. You're not going to see the little ones from a lot of the big name sites because, they're not money. And that's going to become, but we're going to show it. You're with Joel and Clay, and I thought Squall might be involved in that too. I'm not sure, but
he is going to be going to
Squall's-
Eurogamer.
Yep.
yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
Eurogamer.
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what their plans were on all of that, but it's going to be big, and we'll see how it works out. But we're experts at this kind of stuff now, so it should be fun. Unfortunately, I wish I could participate, but I'm going to be kind of stuck.
Yeah, where are you? What are you doing? Are you
No, I'm not going. No, that's wrong week. We got another
No.
weekend.
I'm saying, what are you going to be doing, Dave? Are you going to be doing the work thing?
Yeah.
But the good thing
Actually,
is,
on the Tuesday, I'm not, but that's another issue. But no.
the good thing will be is that probably what we'll have a lot of coverage of, everything going on. So definitely make sure that if you have not favored the channel yet, go ahead and make sure you do. Go ahead and stop by lagspiketv, check that out, because what's going to happen is all day long we're going to be having, releases of new games that are going to be coming out, new news for everything coming out. So definitely stay tuned for that, because as you know me, this isn't my only job. I've actually went through and took off all those days for E3, so we will definitely be here pretty much.
And Monday night we're doing a special explosion about all of any MMO news that came out that day during the press conferences. We're going to focus on all of that too. So we'll have MMO specific news after the conference is over. After all the press conferences are over on that first day.
That is correct. So
I
definitely.
gotta
make sure
watch
you do that.
E3 and I can't just play Diablo
No, you what
those
the
4 days or whatever.
First
I
of
can't
all-
just binge. I can't just binge on Diablo.
First of all, sir, just for that comment. Go ahead, sir.
Sorry, I'll tell you one show you can miss.
PlayStation. I know.
Actually,
I know.
basically two.
Well, PlayStation and
and Wii.
Nintendo.
Oh, listen to this shit already. Already
Nintendo's
starting.
on Tuesday.
Already starting with the hate. Just for that right there,
actually-
everybody take a drink. Everybody take a drink, by the way. Just for there's comments right there. Everybody lift your drinks up and take a
I'll
drink.
gladly take a drink.
All
Yeah.
right.
So
Just for
you
that.
can just miss
you're getting-
Tuesday
you're
altogether.
getting that
You know
right
what?
there.
Next week is gonna be the greatest week ever. I love my birthday. timing is perfect. Because E3, right, is what, 5th through the 7th?
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft is early on the 4th. My birthday is the day after E3 ends. Phenomenal.
See, that's one thing I actually do like about my birthday. My birthday is it's the wonderful Super Bowl weekend every year. Every year Super Bowl weekend. So
You get one day. I get like almost an entire week.
first of all, sir, I get a whole weekend.
It's just
A
watching.
whole weekend, sir. I get a whole weekend. So don't get you don't.
Oh, you get 2 days.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, Dave, it's like
You don't want you
Pow.
want to know when my birthday is. It's the other entertainment expo, but it doesn't start with an E. It starts with an A. Happens to be that week.
Let's see here.
anime convention.
No, my birthday tends to be the week of the adult entertainment expo.
And so it's happy birthday.
Dave takes that
Dave
one.
wins.
Sorry, I lose to that. I'm sorry.
I think we all do combined.
Oh man.
Okay, too epic, man.
That's awesome. All right, so what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and kick it off with a little bit more predictions of this week. So what we're going to do is we're going to take points. People get 1 point if they are right. Whoever has the most points after E3 wins it and wins bragging rights or something crazy. I don't know yet. We'll see. We haven't even... This was just actually brought up today about the point system. Like, what do we get if we're right? Like, you get the satisfaction to know you're damn right. So...
There you go.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to kick it over to,
I think we should kick it off with numbers.
I'm going to go ahead and kick it off to, let's go ahead and throw numbers underneath this first. So, all right, so let's see what numbers has to say for E3 here. Let's see what he says.
Hey everybody, this is Joe333 from lagspiketv here to give you my predictions on E3 2012. I personally believe that Nintendo is going to be the star of the show since they're going to be releasing a new console. Everybody knows about it, everybody's heard about it, everybody wants to know exactly what it is. Since last year it wasn't really explained too well with the controller debacle. I think it's really a chance for Nintendo to shine. It really is. Because it gives them a chance to really introduce it the way they should have. Because last year they didn't introduce it too well. We have rumored pictures of the new controller, of what it's supposed to look like now. We have possible rumored specs going all over the place. Personally, I'd like to know the actual specs of the system. Now, then I think they're going to be talking a little bit about the 3DS specifically from Nintendo. But it's kind of... the 3DS is getting a little better in sales, but it's still not great, It's still not up there where it's like the next one that everybody's going to be using all the time. Xbox, Microsoft, I think they're going to be talking about possibly... I would think the next Windows. It would give them a good opportunity to talk about Windows 8 since I believe it's coming out at the end of this year or sometime in the fall. It gives them a chance to talk about their $99 price drop for the Xbox 360 with the Xbox Live subscription. And I think they should also I think they should take the Xbox 360 Elite, the 250 gig, and drop it from $300 down to $250 if they really want to catch on some of those people that they still haven't caught. Some of those people who are on the wall and not too sure, don't want to really pay the price for a system when they think they need that much room, You have that. Halo 4, I think, is going to be the very last announcement. I think they're going to bring up a brand new video, and it's going to be showing right at the end of E3. Either that, or they're going to be showing a ton of multiplayer gameplay, or at least maybe something from the campaign. That'd be pretty cool. we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which I like the first Black Ops. I think this is definitely going to be a nice spin-off to the last story. And I think that Treyarch knows how to take the multiplayer and build onto it and make something totally different than what we normally see from COD. So I think that's going to be a great game, personally. Then you have Sony. I really don't know what I can really say about Sony, because they've made some decisions that really haven't worked out. They've had downages that have made people mad. If they had introduced a new console, I think they might be able to help them out, but I think what they really need to do is peddle out a ton of good games. Games that people want to buy. And that would really help them out, personally. I think that's really about it. That's about all I can think of. So, yeah, this is Joe333 from lagspiketv. My E3 prediction.
All right, there we go. All right, so anybody about the Joe number predictions? What do you guys think about that? Anybody saying, not so much, or let's hear your all's take on that.
Some of it's, I can see, especially, Halo 4 and, Halo 4, I definitely think we will see something like that. Black Ops 2, definitely going to see a lot of that, like he was saying. So, I know Nintendo, I know they're, definitely probably going to, be like, throwing out their announcements for the console. But as far as stealing the show, I don't know, because Microsoft might come out with something. Because with Microsoft, hard to tell. They always throw out surprises, like, all the time. You never know what they're going to do.
Kind of like Oprah. And on this year, look under your seats, everybody.
Yeah, you get an Xbox. You get an Xbox. Exactly. So, I mean, it's really hard on that front to kind of dictate who is actually really going to steal the show as far as, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo goes. But definitely, I agree with, Black Ops 2 is definitely going to be there in huge numbers and, with a lot of content to show off and a lot of news and updates and, some, hopeful and probably possible, Halo 4 stuff. I think we're definitely going to be hearing a lot more about that, next week. So, like I said, some of it is agreeable, some of it it's kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, the Halo 4 stuff, they're bound to show gameplay, and I'm wondering if they're going to show any sort of, like, trailer to Forward Up to Dawn, which is their live action series that they're recording at the moment, which will be released during the build-up to the Halo 4 launch in October. Xbox owning the show, me not being fanboy or anything, but most likely. I mean, what Cosmic said with the whole, they have a habit of going and throwing surprises like, oh, you know how the cake isn't a lie? Well, there's cake.
Oh, you mentioned Halo and I sneeze. I'm allergic to it.
You mentioned the cake is a lie, and I instantly thought Half-Life 3. Gabe, why must you troll us? Alright, throw it out there. Had to get it out of the way. You brought in cake. You know what? You brought in Valve.
That was
sorry. You had to do it.
That was the whole point.
I hate you, Stu. That's why.
Alright, so how about this? How about we go ahead and we'll throw it over to B Woods and see what B Woods has to say about this year's E3. B Woods, are you there, B Woods? B Woods, are you there? Are you there? B Woods, are you there, sir?
Technical difficulties.
What's going on, everyone?
TV.
This is B Woods. We're going to be doing a little bit of an E3 prediction here for the lag spike coverage of the event E3. Anyway, we're going to be doing some predictions. Basically, our idea, we're going to be trying to guess what's going to happen at E3 this year, which you can never expect what's going on at E3. Anyway, my predictions, I haven't been really keeping very much attention to the gaming industry as of late. But I have a couple of things that I think are pretty surefire that are probably going to happen. One, Ubisoft cannot get any worse than they did last year. I think they can only go up from here. They have hit the actual rock bottom, and I don't think they can get very much worse than Mr. Caffeine. Now I think the terrible. You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say the terrible E3 of this year is actually going to be Nintendo. For last year's was pretty bad. They would have been the very worst if it weren't for Ubisoft saving them. But I think Nintendo's going to have the bad presentation this year. I think PlayStation, or I think Sony might come on pretty strong this year. They've been kind of quiet. They were pretty quiet last year. They didn't really say anything, but I think they've got a couple of things in the works. At least I'm hoping so. I don't know. I'm a PS3 fanboy, so. Number 2 is that, sticking with Ubisoft, the Assassin's Creed 3 trailer is probably going to be released, the new trailer for it, and I think that it will have 0 gameplay footage. And this is based off of seeing all the old Assassin's Creed trailers, not having any footage in them either, not having any actual gameplay footage. It's all going to be a pre-rendered cutscene. That's just how they do it. Number 3, I'm going to say that the new Call of Duty, the trailer will come out, and it is probably going to be 100% gameplay footage, but it's going to be nothing but scripted events and explosions. We're going to be seeing a futuristic like SWAT team insertions and breaking into rooms and all that. And you're going to see you're going to at least see 3 guys on a keyboard. I'm going to say that much for the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 trailer release. You're going to see at least 3 guys on a keyboard, maybe in one scene, maybe in 3 different scenes. Actually, I'm going to say in one scene. You're going to see 3 different guys on a keyboard in the same goddamn room in a scene. But yeah, I think the Black Ops 2 trailer is probably going to be pretty underwhelming. At the same time, we're probably going to get information about Call of Duty Elite, and it's probably going to be nothing to write home about. It's probably going to just be like, look at all this DLC you could get. Day one DLC for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Wonderful. Who cares? We're done. From Bungie, we're going to see Halo 4. I'm pretty sure we will. And I'm going to be not caring. I think we're just going to see Master Chief flying spaceships and tons of explosions and all that. We're going to see another trailer for that game, and it's going to be underwhelming. Maybe they'll have a gameplay demonstration of some kind of new vehicle they'll have in the game, but I don't think there's going to be very much to write home about on Halo 4. Maybe the new amazing box art, they'll talk about that a bunch. I think, all in all, we're going to see a much bigger focus by the big 3, Nintendo, Sony, and Xbox, or Microsoft. I think we're going to see a big focus on releasing APIs or platforms where indie games can be developed. Because in the past 2 years, we've seen indie games basically take over the entire gaming spectrum. Some of the biggest grossing games monetarily have been independent games, and I think we're going to see Valve's probably going to make a big push. I think they're going to. I think there might be a big announcement by Valve. People have been saying that they're going to be releasing their Steam box. I don't think we're going to go that far, but I think they're going to have a pretty big announcement. I think it's going to be something that will shake up the industry. I can't really put my finger on it. I'm just saying I think Valve's going to come up with something big. They don't speak often, but when they do speak, it rumbles. It resonates throughout the entire industry. But like I was saying before, I think there's going to be a bigger focus on 2D styled games with a 3D background. A lot of indie games have been doing that. Fez was one I was just looking at. Well, even though the game is entirely 2D, Limbo is a 2D game, and there's been a resurgence of games that are 2D in nature, like where it's side-scrolling platforming games. I think those games are going to start coming back. I think we're going to see a lot less of 3D, third-person action games. I think we're going to see a lot less of first-person shooters this year. I think the focus is going to be on platforming games with 2D gameplay instead of moving your character all around and running around in circles and being all exploration and all that. I think we're going to be stuck, to platforming and all that. And those games are wonderful, by the way. But those are my general predictions for E3 this year, and let's hope they come true. And be sure to watch the stream over at twitch.tv/bwoods20, and also check out lagspiketv, which you probably are right now if you're watching this video.
There you go. All right. So what are we saying? Anything? Are you all quiet? What are we doing over there? Typing to the room.
So, I'm going to correct Woods here. Bungie doesn't make Halo anymore. It's 343 Industries.
The thing is, Stu with his all-knowing Halo poopy.
Hey. Let me just correct you here. It would be Killzone if they didn't kill the damn thing.
Oh.
Alright, so real quick, SparkFan is asking if we're going to be live streaming any of the conferences.
Can't do it. The problem is that's where it comes down to being, oh yeah.
It's all copyright. It's what it comes down to.
So,
if we could, we definitely would.
Right.
But because of copyright, we can't. So
what we're doing basically is we're going to set it up where we're going to give you the link to their stuff so they don't get all huffy. Then we're going to go and we're going to be doing commentary over here. So what you can do is you'll be able to put up 2 streams, split your screen so you can be seeing what they're doing at the press conference, turn on their sound a little bit so you can still hear them, and then can hear our commentary off to the side or however you want to do it, or watch us instead, and then have them off to the side, whichever way you want to do it. So, but we can't stream their stuff because it's proprietary to them, and it's understandable. I get it, but I think this method, we are going to be commentating live against what they're doing on a stream, and that's going to
unless any of you are multi-billionaires and want to buy us the rights to stream it before E3, you've got literally 2 days.
And B Woods, you leave me and my dishwasher game alone, sir. All right. I'm hacking people in half. What are you doing right now? Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, definitely. And in the chat, we're asking, when do we stream? We have streamers all the time. On this channel right here, it's usually set shows, or if there's a game that we're trying to show off a little bit on this side. It's definitely on this channel if you're watching through Twitch.
The nice thing is you can go to lagspiketv and you see the channels underneath, and whoever's last person that's broadcasting, you're earning crab. So somebody's almost always broadcasting of some sort that you can watch here. But then you can click on the channels and see if the other people are casting or what all the other casts are, and choose what you want. And that's the way we want to do. You have a choice here. It's not like we're forcing you to watch only one game. There could be 4 or 5 streams. Those 4 or 5 streams could actually be all the same game from different perspectives, which will happen, probably on the 8th. Right, Cosmic? The 8th will probably be happening.
Oh yeah.
Stop playing your games, sir, and listen.
All right. I haven't casted in a while due to my computer being out of commission. The most recent thing I personally have casted was Diablo 3 with some friends, but that's really not child friendly, I guess you could say, as far as the conversations go in that game. But I know there are some games that I am going to be streaming. Like Dave said, on the 8th, Guild Wars 2 beta, I will be streaming that, and that's also my birthday, so I may be a little, and then definitely when Firefall... Firefall has a very interesting update that I am waiting for, and because it's no longer under NDA, I can talk about it. And that would be the one where they're removing levels and completely changing the whole leveling up experience. So when that comes out, I will be streaming that. So I've got a lot of stuff coming up.
He's got a lot of stuff. I'm going to be doing a special. Hopefully, depending on, I don't know if I can get the entire day off yet. I've got to find out whether or not I can get, because it's right after I get back from my vacation. They'll probably kill me for trying to ask off for another day for the launch day for Secret World. It will be a big thing here. And if I'm not casting, Wash Washer will be. So, and then, whoever else from Blacklisted may be involved with that too. So, I mean, we've got other things coming here, and it should be fun.
Yeah, but definitely.
But let's get back to the predictions, guys. I mean,
definitely on the 8th. Definitely on the 8th. There'll be something crazy happening. I'll probably be here. Hopefully, be able to cast it.
I kind of blame Joe Numbers for.
It's all Joe Numbers' fault.
I think we all agree on that.
Anyway, I think Dave should do his predictions.
Yeah, Dave, let's hear your prediction on this.
My predictions. Okay, I've been writing them down since listening to those two guys, seeing what they're going to do, and I got a whole lot longer than I expected when I got through this. I'm like, holy cow! Okay, all right. We all know that Halo 4 is going to be broadcast, mentioned and definitely spotlighted. On the Microsoft press conference. I'll tell you right now, my prediction is that's the first thing that's going to be shown, not the last. I think the last thing that's going to be shown is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Ooh.
And the reason I say that is I heard a rumor today before coming on that Grand Theft Auto said that the Rockstar said that they were invited to the Microsoft press conference.
Ooh.
What did they?
So that they're going to be at the Microsoft press conference. I
think Microsoft might pressure them into that then.
Yeah. So we may be actually see. I know a lot of places are saying, "Oh, we're not going to see GTA 5 because they don't really have a booth. Take-Two has a booth, but they don't. Rockstar itself doesn't have a booth." Well, I have a feeling that's going to be the surprise that Microsoft's going to pull at the end.
Yeah, and if they do manage to get GTA 5 in the Microsoft one, that I think will probably steal all of E3. In all honesty, regardless of console, because you look at it, GTA is a very, very popular game. And with the way the graphics and everything is supposed to work, and the new GTA plus all the backstory and everything, everybody wants to play it. They want to see more about it. They want to know more about it. So if they get GTA 5, definitely, I think it will.
Yeah, I think that's why I think that GTA is the surprise that Microsoft's going to pull. Sony, but this is other than that, I think Sony's going to be the big boy this year, and it's not for what you guys have been talking about or we've talked about, because there's one major game that's coming out soon that is nobody's mentioned. PlanetSide 2. Smedley, John Smedley, we all know Smedley, put out a tweet just a little while ago saying PlanetSide 2 is going to be big at E3.
Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
So you're going to get a big push from Sony with the PlanetSide.
Yeah.
What Sony's surprise, I think Sony may come up with two surprises. I think they're going to have a preview of EverQuest Next. And which is the new MMO based on the EverQuest world. I have a feeling that they're going to have something there about that. The other piece of that is going to be also I think they're going to announce another DLC pack for DC Universe Online, and I think they may go. We've seen now Flash, Green Lanterns. Joker's. The latest one was a Batman one. I have a feeling they're going to go out on a limb. They so far have missed a major piece of the DC universe, and I have a feeling that they may. This is just pure speculation, guys. That they may go to the Legion of Superheroes for the next one, because Legion has always been has a decent following. They have not done anything time travel-ish yet. And I have a feeling that they're going to introduce some of that and try to bring in some more fans that are Legion fans. I for one, am a Legion fan, so I'm hoping for that. I also think that they're going to focus otherwise on the Vita and the games that still haven't come out yet but are coming. I really think that they're going to be pushing that. So therefore, I think it's going to be Sony's conference is going to be the big boy. We mentioned, of course, the Black Ops and the Elite for the Call of Duty, and of course the fanboys are going to love that. And I got the
God. Yeah.
But whatever. I think we were right. We discussed it earlier. I think Kojima's there to push Metal Gear. The new Metal Gear game. I really, even though he really didn't have anything to do with it, I think he's there for support more than anything else. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be mentioned. It may not be shown. They just announced today also, another thing that was just announced today, that Leonard Nimoy is reprising his role, which might mean they may try to bring him in.
Ooh.
And get the buzz on that. I'm not positive. I think the big name MMO, besides the ones that are going to be releasing, I think Elder Scrolls Online is going to be the talk of
How much
the
it looks
MMOs.
like crap.
and I think they're going to take a lot of heat for that. For the game, and they're going to announce. Bethesda will announce, and ZeniMax, who now owns Bethesda, is going to announce that they have decided that they are not going to use the Hero engine, and they're going to use a different engine for the MMO because they're taking way too much flack for that. So I think that'll be announced. I don't think it'll be shown too much, but it'll be announced. The other big MMO that's going to be brought up that everybody's forgetting about is Neverwinter Online.
Yeah.
I think Perfect World is going to come out with that, and we'll have a playable demo at the conference.
Are they going to be there?
I'm not positive they're going to be there. I could be wrong on that, but I think that the word will come out about Neverwinter Online. I think it's about to a point where they're going to start for betas on that. So I really think that that's going to start pushing. I think you're right about the Nintendo, though. Nintendo's going to focus almost entirely on the Wii U.
Yeah,
and all the games coming out.
Prediction.
Yeah, I think he's right. I think they're going to focus to death on that, much to their detriment. I really do think that they may be in a trouble on that. Last two things, I think there's going to be the game that was going to be Fallout Online, and you notice I'm focusing a lot on MMOs.
That's because you're our MMO expert.
Yeah. The game that was going to be Fallout Online, and then they had the huge lawsuit over Interplay versus Bethesda, and Interplay lost that suit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's now called Project V21. And I think that Interplay may try to do some stuff with that, and hope and show that off to show, hey, look how good this is going to be. Who cares if it's not called Fallout? It's still damn good. I think they're going to try that. And then lastly, there are some companies that are not coming to E3 because of stance on SOPA and PIPA and all ACTA and whatever the CISPA and Crisco and whatever in the hell else they want to call them, all the anti-piracy legislation and stuff like that. I think one of the companies that, I don't know which, I'm just saying in general, one of the companies that isn't showing up is going to try to release a press release to try to overshadow the conference and try to steal the show.
Yeah, I know one of the companies who said early on when all that stuff was going on that they were not going to E3 was Red 5 for Firefall.
And Red 5.
The other one that we all know and love is Mojang.
Yeah. And just to quote someone earlier in the chat about your Call of Duty thing, the proper thing in the words of Consuela is, no. Me sorteio no like Call of Duty.
Well, you all knew about Red 5 now opening up in a brand new studio, correct? Did you all hear about that? That happened today.
I read about that just the other day, and that is phenomenal because that means they're growing, and frankly, I love that. I mean, from what I've played of the game, it's a phenomenal game, so I'm happy.
There we go. So how about this? We go ahead and we... Dave, you got any more stuff going on?
I was just going to say, the big talk at E3 behind the scenes is going to be 38 Studios. And the disaster that has become.
And where the hell are they at? You know what I mean?
Well, and this was their E3 to show that they were going to start showing off Copernicus. So, right before E3, they go, and thud. So,
yes.
Oh, they're dead!
Awesome episode. Just saying that right
So
now.
how about we do this? How about we take a break real quick? We'll run a commercial. We'll get Nerd Junkies in here, and we'll just go over time. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll do a little bit of overtime for this.
Joel's here.
So I'll go ahead and I'll get Clay and Joel in this, and we'll and we'll be able to do this. All right,
I
guys.
need another drink while you guys do that, and we run the commercial.
All right, sounds good. So anyway, guys, here's a commercial. Thank you so much for watching. You are watching R-CADE Live. We're still trying to work out the times, but I think that I think we're doing pretty good with time. So so we'll be right back after this.
Okay.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much again. Welcome back. Thanks for watching the commercial. And we got Clay in here. So we got the Nerd Junkies in here that are going to E3. What is going on, guys?
What's up, man?
You see it. It's what it is. It's what it is.
Clay's getting his camera warmed up. I think he's cranking on the...
it's all
you gotta crank it pretty fast.
It takes a lot of rotations to get it going.
Now that you have a girlfriend, you don't have those rotations. You know what I mean?
You gotta feed the gerbil his weekly little meal. Is that what it is for your power?
Yep.
You know, it's like I was almost out of carrots, so it's like I didn't really know what to do for a while on the on the webcam.
It's a good thing he's not having a bandwidth issue, you know.
Like I
somebody
am.
went there. I don't think you, Joel, you don't want to mess with any of us with bandwidth issues. Probably 3 out of the 5 of us right now have got fucked in the ass by bandwidth.
I think Squash is going to get fiber in this week or next week.
On the 15th.
Oh, someone's finally getting on my level, huh? Yeah.
You don't even do anything with all that bandwidth, dude. You're like, oh my god, I'm gonna log into Hello Kitty Adventure right now.
That's what kills you, man, is knowing that I have that and I don't use all of it. You're spit.
It's like all these Las Vegas old people that drive around with Porsches. It's just like, what? Get out of that car.
Don't pretend like you don't play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Okay,
maybe.
Dude, 24/7. What do you think I've been doing all day? From Diablo 3, sir, alright? It's not cool.
That and downloading porn.
Diablo's a big killer. You know. Like...
Mom, can we get faster internet so I can download porn faster?
I did go to the secret cow level in Diablo 3. That kind of was Hello Kitty Island. I'm kidding you. I'm not kidding you. All the unicorns and rainbows.
The fucking unicorn level.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, dude. I saw the cowbell. Like whenever I saw that originally on, I was like, oh my god, there's a cowbell here. Oh, they've got a cow level in here somewhere. And then I was wrong.
I've got it unlocked for normal mode and nightmare mode. I'm working up to get the money to make the hell mode version of it.
That's ridiculous. That's
like 500. Ridiculous. About like 381k. I'm almost there.
That's ridiculous.
So what are we doing in here? We're doing predictions for E3.
Yep. We're doing predictions, so we need to get to Stu, and then we go to Cosmic, then we'll get to you guys. And then we'll throw me at the dead last. So
gives you time to brainstorm, even though you've done it.
Yeah.
We'll throw epic one-liners between them.
Nobody cares about my prediction. I mean, let's just be honest here.
Did you not hear me?
Which one are you again?
That's what it is. So, like, who is that guy there?
It's that Sharpie fucker that Frodo
Edward Norton's cousin.
I know.
Oh shit!
If we insult him, is he gonna go Hulk on us or something? Like, what is this? Like,
sorry,
instead of Edward Norton, he is Edward Norton.
You only have the green background. You're not turning green, so that don't matter.
That's right. You and your hawk hands over there.
Cityscape in the back, dude. Just go. All right.
Did you know that Joel was the original model for the hawk hands? Did you know about that?
I think they did like a plastic molding on my hand. And
that's what it was. Oh shit! All right, Stu, go ahead. Let's take it over here. What are we predicting here? What's your predictions here?
Okay, I'm gonna predict that they're gonna bring some Rainbow Six gameplay, which we've already seen a smidgen of. If you guys have. So they're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna promote that off, as well as obviously Far Cry and Assassin's Creed 3. Because if you watch the YouTube videos of what Ubisoft have put out, they're actually going to show gameplay of Assassin's Creed 3. Finally. Rather than the CG trailer that was quote-unquote gameplay.
Well, we have been seeing a lot of ads that show off Assassin's Creed gameplay, actual gameplay.
I thought they showed off gameplay like a week or two ago.
They showed off a newer trailer that did have the new Assassin's Creed guy just like climbing through trees and doing a whole bunch of aerial stuff.
That was in game. I wouldn't say it was gameplay.
Same thing.
It's debatable. It's kind of like, is it a camera panning out for someone actually playing, or?
Yeah, I think they might actually, probably load up an early version of the game or some shit like that. I don't know. Something like that, they usually like to do with their stuff, and kind of show it off like, oh, look what we got, as well as kind of go more in depth into some of, I guess, the new features and the new environment of the game. So I think that's pretty much what we can look forward to as far as the new Assassin's Creed goes.
No shit.
Well, they're gonna say, they've already said that this game's more about Desmond than it is the American Civil War against the British.
Should be. I've been waiting 4 fucking games to play as Desmond.
True.
Do you think
5 seconds at a time.
Do you automatically think that this will be probably the last game? Will they finally just transition into just Desmond's story later on?
I think with this one they're gonna, transition it very smoothly into Desmond into the modern world sort of gameplay, whereas this one is slowly pacing it up to modern day. If you know where I'm going from.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
I think they got at least 2 more games. I think they got at least 2 more games before they get to modern day.
That's right.
Just my feeling.
And the new.
I see the character going through and assassinating Hitler.
I see
that would be fun.
The game going. It's going to be the new Metal Gear that you play as.
The possibilities of what I could do with that.
Oh.
I mean, I've already done it in Wolfenstein. I might as well do it again if somebody else.
Wait.
You know what?
So,
you know what? I'm gonna shatter all you guys' predictions.
Oh yeah, Sniper Elite has the same fucking thing in it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna shatter all your predictions right now, and I think Desmond, or in the modern day Assassin's Creed, he's gonna meet Agent 47. Agent 47.
And he gets a barcode. That's what they showed.
Come out of somewhere, and it's gonna
we're just doing cross game transitions. Fuck off, it's cool. We're just mixing.
Let's Stu finish, guys.
So, as for the Microsoft press conference, I'm saying no new Xbox. I'm saying, they're going to announce more entertainment on the console than ever. TV subscriptions, changing Zune over to Woodstock, as Clay just pointed out. More Kinect interactivity. So please, Microsoft, bring pro gaming into it, not fucking whatever the hell you call the mech game. And more cloud storage, gaming, sort of like I've forgotten the thing called now. The thing that doesn't work on my end anyway because of the error.
Oh, you're talking about OnLive.
Yeah, that's the one, OnLive.
They're gonna have to scramble to get something to compete with Sony's cloud gaming.
Yeah. So I have a feeling they're going to announce something like that. Halo 4 will probably dominate the Microsoft, depending on how they open it, because it's vital that they open it good. Otherwise, the Halo community is just going to say, see it?
Fucking, what a piece of crap franchise that is.
Do you think Xbox, that's the only cash cow that they have at E3 to
announce? Nope, I say they're going to do the...
I have a funny feeling they're going to have a couple of surprises, and as Dave was pointing out, Microsoft rumor to have pushed for Rockstar to go to E3 press conference. So, if that's true, I think GTA will boost Microsoft up for winning E3 over completely.
Just kind of dabble on the whole Halo thing. It's like, because it is under a new, studio and all that stuff. I think that if they went back to the core values of what they had in Halo 2, because the multiplayer experience in Halo 2 was by far the best experience as far as the multiplayer experience goes in all of them, for me and for a lot of people that I know and talk to. So I think if they go back to those core values of that, then they could possibly turn it around for a lot of people who dislike the series, Clay excluded. All right, I'm gonna throw that in there.
Let me tell you,
he's a PS fanboy. We're just leaving that.
Halo 4 is the equivalent of Black Ops 2. You've got a piece of shit developer making a franchise game